Hey, Sean.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Homies Breakdown. Is this your first time here? This is where we sit down with the people who genuinely care about the animals, the community, and doing things the right way. Tonight's guest brings a ton of passion to the table, not just for her boa, but for animals' welfare as a whole. And of course, I'm not doing this alone tonight. I got my co-host Big Mike in the building. What's up, Mike? How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, Sean? Welcome in, everybody. We appreciate everybody's support each and every week here on the Big Homies channel.
Sweet. Right on, man. Well, before we bring our guest in, we're going to take a quick little break and hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So stick with us. Hey, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button.
The United States Association
Knives, and yeah, apparently she can snag a chicken nugget midair, which we may or may not need video proof of later. But all jokes aside, she's one of those people who actually thinks about her animals and how they're kept and treated and represented it. And that is what really matters around here. And she's joining us from San Diego, California. And I'm excited to have a real conversation, not just about the reptiles, but about responsibility, education, and where this hobby is headed. Tanner, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming out.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Hey,
Well,
Tanner,
it's our
welcome. Appreciate you coming in. Thanks, Kat, for recommending Tanner to come on the Big Homies Breakdown.
oh yeah.
Yes. Hi,
So
Kat.
so when I first got your recommendation to come on the show from Kat, I had to do a little research on you, and I didn't really know who you were just yet. And then I saw all your videos for your feeding for your little guy there that you actually got in your hand.
Yes.
And then you did a little dubia roach feeding for this chameleon you got. And then it gets cooler. She ice skates, actually better than I ever can or will or could ever think of. Funny thing is, she's in San Diego. What is it, like an indoor rink? Does it even snow there?
No. No.
Right. So, and then upon further research, she dances with flaming swords. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I love fire spinning. I came from Maryland and I had never heard of it. I met somebody who was from California and they showed me it and I was like, this is kind of cool. I moved over to San Diego and then I found a group that does it every Wednesday and I started going and I just saw the coolest things. Like I had when I was in Maryland and I tried it, it was just a staff. So it was like a long thing and it has fire on both ends. I was like, this is kind of cool. Then I'm in San Diego and I see swords, I see fans, I see somebody had like a chair and like every point of the chair was on fire. Like, I'm not kidding. They made these props at home and it was so cool. And the community is amazing. And so I just deep dived into it. It's so much fun. It's very, I don't know. I feel cool doing it. It's amazing. So
It's definitely something.
You did some stuff without the swords, right? They were just like lit tips, like they look like a fan or something.
Yes, yep. I have the fans. So now I have the sword, which everybody loves. I have the fans. Those are really fun to just dance with. I have a levy wand, which it's on a string, so it looks like it's floating in midair. That's really fun. And then I have the staff, the one that's lit on both ends. It's just like a line.
When you were in high school, did you do like band, like twirling with the band or anything like that?
I didn't, but now knowing that I can fire spin, I probably should have done it.
It's always a good thing too when you have practice.
Funny though.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I love it.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming along. We'll get through your photos.
Make sure you smash that like button. There's 11 people watching and only 7 likes, if you don't mind.
Yep. Let's get that. Just smash it. All you got to do is smash it. Like you hold.
We're only one away from 100 for 200 subscribers. That's.
Oh yeah, we're at 199 right now.
Yep.
But enough about us. What kind of boa is that you got? Why don't you tell us the little story about the boa there?
So this is Cheshire. He's a black devil boa, Motley. He's a little over a year old now. He's getting so big. I've only had him since, I think October 1st was literally when I got him. So the beginning of spooky season. And he's grown, I feel like, so much. I love him. I had a ball python before, and I got him with an X, and he was attached to him. And I knew I always wanted a black devil boa, so I let him keep Severus was his name. And so now I have him, and I love him so much.
Now, what genes make up the black devil boa?
I'll be honest, I have it written down because I can never remember it exactly.
It happens. Trust me.
He's an IMG, RDR, BA, and CA Motley.
Okay.
BA, does that stand for badass?
I say so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The
I don't know much about those, to be fair.
Those are pretty amazing. The Ralph Davis Reptile strain that he had, and those are amazing animals.
They're very cool. I need to do more research on like the actual gene makeup. I did a little bit when I was looking into getting a black devil boa because there were so many I was seeing that had like similar genes and there'd be a slightly different one. So I did a little bit of research into it, but there's so many. I remember even when I got my ball python, like looking into that, there's just so many and I don't fully understand it. And it's so cool, like how many things can make up the animal and do different things for it. So I'll have to start learning more about it.
Yeah, with the boas, I mean, there's quite a few genes, but not as many, as ball pythons. But
yeah,
there's a few people work with the RDR, the Ralph Davis Reptile genes, the black eye. You got Dave Palumbo. I mean, you got a lot of different people. It's, Dave's been doing it for 20 plus years. So he's down in Florida, and you have a lot of people out in California that work with the boas.
Thank you, Kat.
Yeah. No, he's a cutie. He's got the black eye, black tongue.
I muted it because the dogs are barking in the back.
I like the boas myself. When I first started out, I was going to breed boas in 2019 and 20, but they live live babies and stuff like that. And I was like, well, the ball pythons, they have eggs, and you got to incubate the eggs and wait all that time. And then they're like, wait a minute, boas, after they have their post-ovulation shed, it's usually 160, 180 days before they have babies. So you got to figure 6 months. They've got them cooking in the oven. And I was like, I don't know. I don't have patience, but I do, but I don't. Not that much patience.
That's what I gather. They're cool. It was definitely a learning experience going from a ball python to a boa. I talked to Ray's Reptiles a lot. I actually came across her page when I was just about to get him, and I was like, hey, I saw that she had some. So I was like, can we talk? I was like, I had a ball python. I learned a lot from that. That was my first snake. And so I talked a lot with the breeder. That was something that I made sure I did because, you know, you should. Like, everybody should talk to the breeder before you get an animal and know, what all is involved, what have you guys been doing on your end and stuff like that. And he was super helpful. Basically, Boas was amazing. Like, I was telling you guys, I talked to him just the other day, and like having a breeder that's super available to like ask questions is so important to me because it shows that they actually care about the animals.
Yeah.
So I did so much. I even asked like about like defensiveness, because like ball pythons, I mean, they're just gonna ball up. They're fine. They're chilling. Yeah. And so he even told me, he was like, black devil babies are a little bit more defensive, but just hold them a lot more, and he'll be chill. And I only had one iffy experience, and that was honestly, it was my fault. Like I was scared. He got scared. Like, I'm giant compared to him.
Sorry. Yeah, the more you work with them, the more you handle them and let them know that you're not anything to harm them, and they calm down pretty well.
Yeah.
Cat
It's
wants
always
to
a
know,
good thing too with the big breeder. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Cat wants to know, is this going to be your only boa?
I think so. I've had a lot of people say, like, are you going to get another snake? And I see so many that I'm like, oh, it would be nice to have. But I don't know. I think just giving all my attention to Cheshire is
There you go.
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, maybe. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But for now, I think it's just nice to, like, really get to know him and, like, know that, like, all my attention is on him and whatnot. But it would be nice to have another snake that sheds and, like, eats on a different schedule. So that way, going like 2 weeks at a time, not being able to hold him is so sad. And then, you have the times that you can't hold him before and after eating. So it would be nice to have another snake to kind of offset that. But
yeah.
we'll see.
The only time I didn't hold my boas was for 2 to 3 days after feeding. Like, I'll feed usually on Monday, usually Wednesday night to Thursday. Then that's when I start holding them again.
Yep. Yeah, I feed him Tuesday, so I'll do like
Tuesday.
Sunday to like Thursday, and then so it's like I have a weekend, which is nice to hold him.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out, man. We had an amazing auction last night with Vance and Will. And for Bosa, I noticed he's in the comments there.
Hey, what's up, Bosa?
I think we did pretty good for as short notice as it was, and I hope it helps in so much more, dude. That was just on my mind. I just wanted to get it off my mind and my chest. So
yeah, and also don't forget,
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, don't forget the RWO with Ken and all those guys over there. January 29th on the RWO broadcast, they're going to be doing also auction over there for Bosa, for his wife, that passed away. If you have anything you want to donate, even the Cash App, just reach out to Ken over there and let him know that you have something to donate, whether it be merch, or anything like that. Anything and everything will help out the family.
All right, Lodi full day. We're gonna kick you from the chat real quick. Yeah.
So,
bye. When you say dumb stuff, the big homie's gonna dump you to the side of the road, bro. Don't come out.
What they say? I didn't.
We don't need to say it. That's why I didn't go up there.
There's one always every week.
He made a rude ass comment about some boa stuff. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that, Mike.
Yeah, every week. We appreciate it. I mean, make sure you smash that like button or dislike button when you're coming.
Whatever works, it still gets the algorithm going.
Yeah, just hit it once. Don't hit it twice.
It could be our haters, Mike. We got a couple of haters out there.
Hey, haters are still viewers.
Hey, they're still viewers, baby. I love your attention.
So how long did it take you to do your research and before you knew like you really wanted to get your first boa?
So I had my ball python, honestly, almost immediately. When I got my ball python, I kind of was like, I don't know. I always want the big animal. Like I have a German Shepherd. I didn't want a Chihuahua. I wanted a German Shepherd. And then when I got the boa was like when it really came down to it, it was being smart, right? Because like it's my first snake.
Sure.
I'm not just gonna dive in. Like a dog, you know, I could figure out my German Shepherd. I can go take her to training and she'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. But for snake, it was like, okay, I'm gonna you know, start small and I'm going to make sure I feel comfortable. And then I knew that I wanted a boa, but it was like, okay, let's start with the ball python. And then from there, like if I still had my ball python, I would have still gotten a boa. So then I would have had my 2 snakes.
There you
but
go.
yeah, so as I had the ball python, I kind of was looking at research throughout that time. So probably like, honestly, like a year and a half, like on and off. And then once I gave my ball python to my ex, it was probably like 4 or 5 months that I was really like hard diving into boa constrictors and like learning, you know, what are the differences that they need and what's their like their attitude, if you will.
Like the husbandry and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you know what, this seems doable. And like I said, I came across raised reptiles, and so I was talking to her so much, like I probably annoyed the heck out of her because I was messaging her a lot. I was like, I had, you know, telling her like I had a ball python, I know kind of what I'm doing, but just like, is there anything that you would point out that I should really like, you know, just be aware of? And I think it was more so just like learning, like I think everybody underestimates like that they do get bigger, and like there is a little bit of a difference between the like defensiveness a little bit. And so that honestly was for me was like, I guess the setback. That's when I was like, okay, I live by myself, and it's like, okay, can I do this by myself and like get a boa by myself? And when he's big, how am I going to handle that? Just thinking about everything, right? And
then, for sure.
Yeah, and so then that's when I started looking at breeders. I started looking on Morph Market because I knew I wanted a black devil. And then that's when I found basically boas. And again, just having him be so open to talking to me, and like you could tell that he wanted to make sure that I felt comfortable and allowing me to ask all the questions. I think I talked to him for like a month, honestly, on and off. And then I pulled the trigger, and then I got him, and then I still was asking him questions then, and he was just super helpful.
You know, I wish a lot more customers were like that, where they, like the new ones anyways, not the ones that have been keeping for a while. They kind of got the hang of things and know the gist of it, right? But like I always love when new people come to the table and they're like, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? Should I do this? Should I do that? I love that interaction with the customers. And you know, like I keep a little couple papers on there. It has husbandry for the animal you're getting off the table or whatnot. So it's always good to ask a bunch of questions. And the only stupid one is the one you didn't ask, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Then you have some people like in a lot of these, you know, Facebook groups, stuff like that. Oh, I seen this ball python and I had to have it, but could anybody help me out? You know, with the husbandry, you know, what temperature should I keep? What should I feed it? You know, this is the size. It's like I would have kind of done a little bit of research, you know, before I would have just went out and off of a whim and, you know, bought the snake. Then like a week later, oh, it's not eating. And I just got it 3 days ago. And no, I'm not supposed to hold it, but here it is. And, you know, this person says this and this person says that. It's like, you know, just do your research for a little while. And I mean, it don't have to take a year or two. Some people do, you know, take longer to research. That way they know they're comfortable with that animal.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes simple searches. I mean, I think if you look up in the very beginning, I think one of the first things you'll see is get the enclosure set up before you bring the animal home. Make sure the temperatures are staying up, make sure the humidity is staying up, like make sure you're good so that way your snake isn't stressed the heck out, you know?
Just like fish, you know, you're not going to get the fish and get the fish tank and hey, you know, I've got like a
have the fish wait 30 days in the bag while you're waiting for it to adjust.
Yeah, $4,000 worth of fish, you know.
Actually, you could probably get away with that if you put an air stone in each bag. As long as there was oxygenated water. But dude,
don't say that. I feel like there is one person who is going to go do that.
Yeah, don't do that at home, folks. That's not smart. Don't do that.
Yeah, so I'm definitely like doing a lot of research. And like I said, I took a long time just because I really wanted to make sure that I was good. But like you said, it doesn't take that long. I mean, ChatGPT, come on.
That said, you were born to be a boa mama.
Oh, I was. I loved him so much. Yep. He is my world.
Now, do you ever go to your local shows?
Just wrapped up.
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you ever go to your local shows and just kind of hang out and learn more stuff? I mean, I know you know quite a bit, but
Yeah, so I've been
Instead
to
of
3 now. I went to the one when I got my ball python, which again, he was also an amazing breeder. We talked to him a lot about ball pythons, even though we had done our research, but just, again, doing the same thing. And then I went to one about a month before I got Cheshire, because I was like, actually, that's where I got the recommendation for basically boas, because I was asking everybody, I was like, do you know black devil boa breeder? Do you know black devil boa breeder? And so they're like, go here, go here, go here. And then somebody was like, oh, he's not here, but I have his contact. And then that's when I got connected with him. And so that was really cool because I wasn't necessarily like, I was looking for one, but I more so was going to just, see what was out there. And that's when I held a tarantula for the first time. And that was really cool.
That's awesome.
It was very cool. And then, so I feel like I had 2 really good experiences. And then I went to one last weekend and I had a really bad experience. And I feel like that kind of like opened my eyes. And I think that's when I realized like, oh, I'm really in the reptile community now, because now my eyes are open and now I'm going to start really like doing more research into it aside from just my boa. So that kind of stunk. I feel like I saw a different side of the reptile expos that I wasn't prepared for. And like I said, I had so many good experiences with breeders, and then I saw the really bad side of breeders.
Yeah, there's always good and bad in any kind of industry. Used car salesmen, I mean, people that sell houses, animals, dogs, cats, stuff like that. But a lot of people, if they're not you, but a lot of people, they go out and look for negativity, they're really going to find it. But if you go out and look for positivity, it's definitely going to be out there. And the positivity stuff usually finds the person that's always usually positive.
Yes.
99% of the time. That's how I feel about it. But
definitely.
Yeah, there's always 2 sides to the same coin, right?
Yeah.
It's just the one side we don't really want to talk about too much and give too much show to. Because it's not how most of us are. It's just a select few of individuals that ruin the whole damn orchard, right? Just a few rotten apples.
Especially people, shout out to US Arc. I know we played the video.
That's what we got US Arc for.
It's like, all right, stuff's banned. Let's go with axolotls. They're banned in 2025. But, the part of the Lacey Act where you can't ship in. And lo and behold, in Chicago, they find a bunch of fish, out there, and they're opening them up, and the axolotls, and that's really going to bring negativity, to the fish market and reptiles and stuff like that. So because people want to make a little bit of money from it, you got to kind of you got to watch that stuff, not bring it in. That's not supposed to be. For
sure. And like you said, there's so much good, and it stinks that when there's like a few bad ones, it really is. Like I said, like my eyes were definitely open, and like the comment right there, like literally I saw that so much, and I think it just made me realize like, oh, as our job, not as the breeders, but the people who are getting reptiles or who are interested in getting reptiles, like it's our job to like speak on that, like scream that, do your research, because if you do your research, well, then you show up to a breeder that doesn't know what they're talking about and have bad intentions and are solely just there to make money. And you call them out on it, and you make sure that you don't buy from them, and you make sure that you tell other people, don't buy from these breeders. And so I think that's where I think my trajectory of, my platform and my voice really shifted was this past weekend. And now I really want to make sure people know, like,
yeah, for sure.
Hey, you know what? You sound like you'd be a perfect candidate for working US Arc for all them, the volunteers, right? Mike, the one we shared out the other day for the volunteers for NARBCs.
NARBC,
US Arc right there.
Man, yeah, Vanessa, she was actually out there at the Pomona show, the big super reptile show.
That's when I was at. Yep. Yeah, let me know, because I would definitely be interested in hearing where I could potentially get involved and help out.
Mike, you want to send her that list of the show dates, because it'll have the next time they're in Pomona, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just said Vanessa at US Arc. I'll get you her information, her email and everything, and you can email her. And
yeah, please do. I definitely want to send her.
Heck yeah. I like seeing people out there that are passionate about all aspects of keeping the animal. The animal doesn't ask to be there with you. So the least you could do is take good care of that animal. Treat it well, give it food, If you're breeding, occasionally let the dude do what he needs to do. And but you got to try and give them the best possible care that you can.
I mean, what's the point of getting a reptile if you don't actually care about
if you
it?
don't even care about it. Like when I open my tubs, no matter what snake it is, like it's just as cool as the next one to me because it's part of my collection. Like that, they have to be.
Yeah,
They have to be.
it's a
'Cause the
living
minute
animal.
the
Yep.
minute I don't feel like that is the minute I just need to walk away because then it's not about the animals anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the issue and something that I definitely want to start, putting out there a little bit more as people get it because it's cool and it looks cool and it fits their aesthetic or whatever it is. And, the kid sees a snake and is like, yeah, I want a pet snake because the parents don't want to get a dog or a cat. And then it's like, okay, in a year when you realize like, oh yeah, they live. And that's the thing that I think really like blew my mind at the expo was seeing so many kids with their parents just getting it. And I'm like, I didn't hear a single breeder be like, they live. Like you're going to college with the snake. Like
Yeah.
it's not, like a guinea pig that's gonna live 3 years. And I feel like it's just like basic things that people really need to like
3 years, man. I got a guinea pig getting ready to hit 4.
Really? Mine only lived
Yeah,
for like
dude.
3.5 years.
Hey, bro, she's just like super survivor.
Hey. Mine
Yeah.
had calcium stones, and then the other one I got from the Humane Society, and they said he was a boy, so I thought I had 2 boys, and then one ended up pregnant.
That's what happened with us. We were told they were both females, so I was like, all right, cool. They'll be all right because my daughter wanted some guinea pigs, and I thought they were kind of cool.
They're cute.
And all of a sudden, we hear them one day like chasing the female around, and there's 2 babies, and one of them unfortunately got trampled on because of the commotion. But
Yeah.
the one that's getting ready to be 4, she made it.
She's kicking.
Hey, she's a
That's natural
survivor.
selection right there.
Yeah, dude. I was told 2 or 3 years max.
Yeah, we had the Abenese guinea pigs.
Uh-huh.
They had the long hair. They were pretty cool.
Oh yeah, those ones
Yeah,
are cute.
dude, they're all pretty cool.
Mhm.
I like the little sounds. My daughter's guinea pig will make noises in the morning. And
yeah.
it's cool because the different sounds will mean either water or food or grass. And she will make a different, it's like a little moo-wee, moo-wee, moo-wee. But it's
They're so
hilarious, dude. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have a guinea pig for a long time.
They're cute. I miss mine. Oh.
So what's your next step? Tell us about this sword stuff.
The sword
I mean,
stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I saw you doing some cool tricks too on the Instagram where you had some nuggies and you were doing something with the knife and then you threw the nugget in the air and you went poke
Yep.
like a gangster right off the knife. I was like, bro,
So one
the
day
world ends. We got to grab her real quick because she
literally.
can do things.
Yeah, one day I was bored. I was eating an apple and I went, I had a knife in my hand because I was about to cut it. And I was like, what if I just like caught it? And I did. And then it kind of just went from there. And then, posting it on my Instagram, everybody was like, what's next? What's the next victim? And then so it went to garlic stuffed olives, chicken nuggets, popcorn, literally everything. And so it's been fun. It's just like a fun little thing. I'm always doing something random. I feel like
How long did it take you to be able to stab a nugget midair like that?
honestly, I did it the first time. Other ones,
There's
no.
always one person like that. It's like, oh, it only took me one try.
No, I just happened to be lucky that night. There's other times where I was so bad at it. It took me so many times. I think I have one video. I forgot what it was. Oh, it was a potato. It was a potato. And it was the same trick where I like went to the side, like I went like that. And I had a potato. And there's a video and I only have like the first 2 fails, but I think that took me like 30 minutes of me like constantly trying. It was so hard. And then I did it and I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm done. But it was fun. It's cool. So it's just fun to try new things and, do the things that nobody thinks of doing. So, But
is
yeah,
pretty
no.
cool.
As far as fire spinning goes, I'm sure there's another prop that I'll try. Right now, I'm kind of trying to master the Levy wand, the one that looks like it's floating. That one's been really fun. But we'll see. There's always something new to try. So I'm sure if
Yeah,
I get catch wind of it, I'll try it.
I have a friend out in North Carolina, Wilmington Beach. They own a huge haunted house. We done that when we were in like middle school, high school. We went in the church basement, and, made like a haunted house out of it. And then he went into the Marines. I couldn't go because of my vision. Found out I had, the rare eye disease or whatever. He come out of the military, and he opened up a huge haunted house out there with, spitting fire and all that stuff out there. It's pretty cool.
That's so cool.
So,
Well,
yeah.
whenever I go out there, I'm definitely going to have to
Yep.
ask about the name of that. That sounds so fun.
So, are you, since you're kind of friends with Kat here, are you ever going to get a tarantula?
So actually, when I went to the Pomona show, I did think about it. I think being by myself deters me from doing it. I think if I had like a roommate or somebody that I was like, okay, can we both like sit down and like, let's figure out, I don't know. I'm scared. I see the ones where they like bolt, and that terrifies me. The second it runs away like that, I'm out.
Yeah.
But the ones where they're like cool, like the one that I held, she was so like calm, and like the way that she walked.
Hey, here's a special note. When you take them out of the container after transfer, they all bolt, it seems like.
The one that I held didn't, and that
out.
was like, that's probably like a scam setup, because she was so calm. As soon as she took her out, she just like nicely went on my hand, and I probably would have been convinced to get her. But then now that you say that, okay, I don't know if I could do it. I'm working up to it. You know what? I saw a spider in my house the other day, and I held it and I took it outside, and that was like,
Well, there you go.
big
That's
moves,
the first step
big
right
moves.
there.
That's the
Yep.
first step.
Dude, Kat went and sent me a Grandma Stola pulchra, a black, what is it? A black, South American black tarantula? Black lab tarantula or black. Yeah. I'm still learning. At least I figured out the scientific name, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, the black labs were cute. I remember Kat showing me. They're so
dude,
cute.
She's got some
I
amazing
love
stuff.
her, but I don't, like, I interact with her. I'll take her lid and open up her enclosure and talk to her and stuff, but we don't interact with each other. I don't like how she feels on me, and she don't like how I feel on her. So it's a mutual relationship.
You're like, we're both good. I did come close to getting a jumping spider when I was at the Pomona show. I held one. I think I talked to the breeder for like an hour, and I was like, should I get a jumping spider? Because it was
dude, if you want a jumping spider, I could just catch one in the house and send it to you.
And you got to figure too, if you have a roommate that likes stuff like that, oh, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it, Tanner. That'd be
when they
awesome.
start talking you up.
You get one, you get 4 or 5. Yeah, I should get it. Yeah, like Kat and Joe, he's a sponsor of the Big Homies channel. Every Wednesday, they have the tarantulas. But this Saturday, the 24th, next Saturday, we have Andy and Emily Whitaker from 8 Legs, Fangs, and Things. He's got over like 500 or 600 tarantulas and scorpions, and
dude, I can't wait.
He has it. So yeah,
that'll be.
I seen him today at the show and was reminding him. He goes, yeah, he's looking real forward to it. And I mean, he's got Old World, New World.
Wow.
You name him, he probably has. So,
dang, maybe one day. I could start with the jumping spider, I think, because the one that I was looking at, he was all black because, I feel like that's my aesthetic. Of course, I want
there you go.
If I can. And he had a little white heart on his butt. He was so cute. And his little eyes, I was like, okay, maybe I could do it. But
here, why don't you show us that boa a little bit better, man? That thing is so dark. Okay, so it does have some pattern, because from back there, it looks black.
Yeah, he looks totally black when he's like back here, but he definitely has some.
And how old is he about?
He's 2024, so he's a little bit over a year.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
They usually like April, May, June. So usually when the boas lay.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Yeah, I just reached out to Mike, or basically Bo was asking him about his birthday, because I love my children. So I want to celebrate their birthdays. So I was like, if you have his birthday on file, please let me know.
There you go. Yep. And that's what's
you're not the only one.
Some breeders really don't think about that, but some people really, That way, they really keep track of when they're born or hatched or
Yeah.
litter. The
I have a
boas and
3x5
litters and the
card
clutches.
with all the animals I bring, and then I just give them the information or a copy of that 3x5 card.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
He said
It'll say like I'm in the works right now, making a nice little printout where it's like all professional looking with photos and here's mom, here's dad, here's baby, here's
oh, that's so
baby's birthday. There you go.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
what
excited for him to get darker. I know, like he has like the thing with every shed. Like I've even noticed, like when I first got him, he was a little bit lighter, not by much, but he's
Yeah,
definitely
they'll
like
get
starting. So
darker and darker. Yeah, for sure. Especially with the Motley, the
yeah.
IMG, and the RGR or the
Mhm.
RDR. Sorry, I get those mixed
Mike,
up.
dude, I want you to do a snake show on the channel. Just talk about the snakes, bro. You got a lot of snake knowledge, bro.
That'd
Like
be
Yeah,
so
different
cool.
species
I
too.
get mixed up sometimes, with certain ones, and
Yeah, man.
But what I do is usually when they hatch, I take the eggs, rinse them out, let them dry, and then like the first shed, I'll either give it with the ones that usually buy the baby. I
Mhm.
always wait till 6 or 8 meals in, that way they're good and plump and eating on their own. Or if they don't want them, I'll give them to the kids, the new generation, the new reptile keepers coming up. Hey, because they'll ask, hey, do they lay live babies? Do they hatch? You can just hand them, say, hey, here's the egg to this baby, and it's just educational for the kids, whether it be 2 years old all the way up to 50 or 60 years old. They don't really know about that. The more people you can educate, the better off we're going to be as reptile keepers.
That's so cool. There's so much to learn about snakes. That's why when I first started doing the videos of feeding Cheshire, it was just here, we're feeding him. This is fun. And then I was like, let's throw a fact in there. And then I would ask like my friends and stuff, like, what do you think? And they're like, no, we love the facts. And so it's cool because it even educates me so much because now I'm spending like some time every week, like learning a new fact and finding something out about snakes in general, whether it's just boas specifically or
Yeah,
just regular snakes. And like I've learned so much, so it's cool. Like it's always cool to educate people, even if you think you know everything, you don't. So
exactly. Yeah. Do you feed live or do you feed frozen thaw?
frozen,
Frozen.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. It keeps them more docile too. I believe. I believe that they do.
Yeah, I remember, and I think that's the thing too about the internet and like, do your research and like do your research in a smart way because I feel like that was something that I had to get used to very quickly, and it definitely was something that I was hesitant to join, the reptile community posting about my snake just because I feel like everybody wants to be an expert, like as soon as you start doing something, everyone's like, I know the best
Yep.
thing to do. And I remember somebody was like, you have to feed them live. And I was like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, there are things that like, yes, you have like, there's temperatures you need to keep the snake at. There's communities you need to keep the snake at. And then there's things that are like ultimately preferences. And like, for me, I saw like too many snakes online when I was doing my research that had scars on the back and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So
Yeah,
I
you'll see a lot of rehoming posts. I got this one, but when I first got it, it got bit, and I'm scared of it, or it won't eat. And there's stories out there, but they just
yeah.
do the research and know. Like Joe, he says
That's
every
why
week, know your animal.
yeah, and that's why like when you're at shows, bro, you got to really like vet your customers, bro. I've told a couple of customers like, no, I don't think this would be a good fit for you. Sorry.
Mhm.
And that was like a $1,500 animal. Like I could have really used that money, but
Mhm.
they were trying to tell me that they wanted to buy a hatchling and put it in a 75-gallon tank. I was like, no, that's way too big. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got one. I'll give you. You can use this shoebox till it's bigger. No, no, no. I'm only going to put it in one tank and that's it. And like, I was like,
What?
sorry, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
are
think this is a good
150
idea.
gallon, and it won't eat, and I have
Yeah,
all these
because
guides
he'll
and
be
stuff.
that. Yeah, he'll end up being that guy. Like, oh, the animal won't eat. Well, what's your husbandry like? It's
Right.
30% humidity and 45 degrees. Well,
Yeah.
bro,
Like
he's
that's
like,
why.
you just put a ball
Yeah.
python into Burmation, bro. I don't know how you did that, but you just did.
Yep.
It's insane. Yeah, I don't. And it's like, where did you get that from? Like, why? And again, it comes down to like, why would you get a reptile or any animal, a bird, a dog, a cat, anything, if you don't care about it and don't want to make sure that you're treating it right? So
Yeah,
that
for
always
sure.
blows my mind. And so that's definitely something I've even had to kind of experience with too. Like when I post, hearing people be like, no, you should do this or you have to do this. And so making sure you do the research and also like realizing, yes, you can do this. Like there are things where it's like, you can do this, but you don't have to do it. You can do the other thing. And so just, you know, figuring out, like you said, like knowing your snake, like I guess like if feeding live works for your snake, cool. For me, that's just not what I want to do. And he's fine.
Yeah.
He eats every single week. And I only in the beginning did I have, you know, like a hesitation, but that's natural or that's normal.
So I really think the biggest part of it is I had at one point, and I fed live all the time because it was just fast and easy, right? And I mean, it's way faster just to moderate if there's any type of scrapping in the tub. But I promise you, every one of these animals now will eat a frozen or a live or a fresh kill or anything. It's just how lazy are you? Do you not warm up your rat properly? I
Right.
mean, that's the first point. Like you got to warm it up slow and properly. And a lot of people don't have patience or time for slow and proper.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to the show, like you said, you went to the show like this past weekend. Do you ever hear anybody talking? Oh, we don't need a snake because it's slimy or they're aggressive. Have you ever like stopped to say, you know, to talk to that person? Hey, you know, can I talk to you for a second to try to like educate? Like, hey, you know, they're not really mean animals. You know, they're not really aggressive and they can't eat you. And that's what I do. I hear somebody talking, I just
Wait, they
stop.
can't eat you?
I just stop and be like, hey, you know, they're not really slimy. Come here, look, I'll show you. You
Yeah.
know, some parents and or he won't let me have it because it's this or well, that's understandable. You know, somebody has a really fear of it, but you know,
Yeah.
that's what I try
I
to do as much as I can. And
I think I'm going to start. Like I said, I think like I'm never gonna call myself like a reptile expert. Like that's just not. I feel like I don't want to be that person because then that's when everybody starts. You know, you're wrong.
Yeah, but why do I feel like you're gonna have one of every type of reptile in your collection for some reason or
I think
another?
I probably will
Yeah.
eventually, very
You show up
slowly, but
to
I think so.
you
yeah,
show up to your crib, dude. It looks like the freaking reptarium or a freaking small zoo.
I know this whole background will just be enclosures. But after going this weekend and seeing so many people that weren't educated and also seeing so many breeders that weren't educating people, I think growing my platform, again, it's very early in the stage. I mean, I only started when I got to Shy, and I think that was even like a month after I got him. So like November is when I really started posting. And I feel like after going this past November to this last expo, I think I want to start going to more and like paying more attention to, you know, what's going around and kind of being that voice, like you said, to be like, he's not slimy. Like I remember my parents came to visit and my dad was open to holding him and my mom was like, no, he's slimy. I was like, he's not, just touch him.
Not slimy.
Just touch him.
yeah.
So I think it would be cool to start going and, you know, being that voice and sharing some like basic things or like, you know, if the kids around, like even when I was holding a chameleon, he was like, is he slimy? I was like, no, like here, like I was holding him. I was like, hold him, like feel him. You're fine.
Yeah, I think
That's
you would
another
definitely be
animal that
awesome
doesn't care to be handled too much either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
with
get
helping out
stressed
with the
out.
U.S. art stuff out there in California. You know, with Vanessa and Phil and all those guys, guys and girls. So
Yeah. So that would be cool. I definitely want to start going because at first, after that Sunday, I was like, I'm never going to go to a reptile expo again after what I saw. But then it's also like, why would I turn a blind eye to like something that I could help, you know, to turn?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one thing Brian
What?
Barczyk really prided himself on was trying to get people to get over their fears. And rest in peace, Brian. He's been gone 2 years,
Yep.
a couple of days ago, and but that's what he did up here in Michigan. I mean, he did it all over, but he was located up here in Michigan, and he has the BHB. Then he opened up the Reptarium, and then also the Legacy Aquarium opened up right after he had passed away. But that's what they're trying to do is educate people and get them over their fears and and everything like that. So
Yep.
And I think too, I know like for me personally, like I think like sometimes it can be, what's the word?
overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, a little overwhelming. Where like when I was doing my research and looking into people who had snakes to, you know, like talk to, like the thing that drew me to Ray, for example, was like she was relatable. It was like, okay, you don't have to be because a lot of people I was seeing were like literal like experts, you know, and so it's like, oh,
Mhm.
maybe I shouldn't get a boa because I don't know every single thing under the sun that there is about boas. And so like I think just being like you can be a normal person, do your research. You don't have to be like a super expert on reptiles
You can
to
even
own
be
one.
blind and keep them as long as you do your research and just know your animals. I mean,
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so I
I'm
think
not
like
tooting
I
my
would definitely
horn,
want to do that and like always
Yeah.
stay like really cool and be like, you can be the average person on the street. Just do your research and you're fine. You don't have to be
Yep. Yeah,
perfect.
just show them that you can do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Exactly.
So we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited for the next one, especially I forgot the acronym that you said where they go to expos and educate people. I definitely want to start doing that if I can.
Oh, for the U.S. ARC,
Yes, that
the United States Association of Reptile Keepers.
one.
There you go, Big Mike.
$40 a year. I mean, you get a nice shirt.
Yep.
I got one
And they
of
fight
the
for our right
actual.
to keep exotic animals like those reptile, like that reptile in your hand right now.
Yeah.
Good thing you're not in Florida, though. Boy, they don't
Why
like
is that?
them big snakes in Florida.
Oh,
They don't
boas.
like
Yeah,
them
you
big
can have
snake-
boas
Yeah.
down there.
Oh,
There's
really?
no burns, no
But if
reach.
they think it's a retic or a berm, they might get a nail in the back of the head.
That was in North Carolina, I think.
No, it was Florida, bud.
Was it? Okay.
Yes,
What
sir.
happened?
That's why they started the Florida U.S. ARC, sir.
Florida. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
What happened?
Oh, man. This was, how long ago was that, Mike?
3 years, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. So, Florida had these weird laws about their like retics and berms and like the big snakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some people were grandfathered in and they were allowed to keep their animals or whatever, but they weren't allowed to breed them or sell them or anything like that.
Just for
But
educational
some-
purposes only.
yeah, education, basically educational purposes only. And the what was it like the Fish and
FWC.
Game came in
Yep.
and
FWC.
we're there to put down some animals, right? So like the dude was already aware of it that they were coming to put some animals down. But they ended up grabbing one of his boas, his gravid boa. Like there were babies in there, very high end babies, like that died because they did the wrong one.
Oh my god.
Know
They didn't
your
even know the
animal,
species,
right?
so yeah, they didn't even know the species what they were looking
They didn't
for.
even know the species. They just started grabbing them, and yeah, I'll never go to Florida.
That's crazy.
It's one of my favorite places to go fishing and stuff too. Won't live there.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
got South Carolina now, just like the geckos and stuff like that, the lizards, and so that's a good thing about U.S. ARC. You know, they really
Mhm.
educate and they go into legislation because it could be says a page 150 pages deep, and not everybody's going to read that deep, but they'll
Yeah.
find it in there if there's any
U.S.
kind
ARC
of
will.
crazy rules and
Uh-huh.
regulations that that they shouldn't have, that we feel like they shouldn't have, but
The regulations on reptiles is insane. I mean, even I don't know if you guys heard about like the fear factor thing that just happened that just came out where it's like they had like crested geckos in there and they were throwing like balls in the
Mhm.
pit. Like what the hell? Like
yeah, I'm dropping snakes. Yeah, I was going to get into that, but yeah, he brought that up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tire Godmore says, yeah, Palumbo was in Cape Coral and had to stop breeding berms.
Cape
And
Coral,
he
yeah.
was cutting edge with the berms. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he got his Enigma line from Jackie Javolsky. I'm not saying that last name right. She was probably 5 foot tall, maybe. And she was breeding the retics and stuff out in California. She produced some amazing animals. And they bought some double head hypo. See, they were hypo granite.
Times your size.
Yeah, hypo granite, double head albino stuff. And then he had some champagne stuff and he grew them up. And he was going to breed them like the following year. And then when they put on all the crazy stuff down there.
Put the kibosh on it.
that's crazy.
So yeah, $40 a year, man. Protect yourself. Get a cool
Definitely.
T-shirt.
For
Yeah.
sure. No, that
Well,
needs to be
we're gonna play our last commercial for tonight, and then we're gonna come back and do our thing to wrap it all up.
Which commercial is this one, Sean?
The U.S. ARC, sir.
Okay.
And then after the U.S. ARC, go ahead and talk about the
Yep.
Yeah.
The United States Association of Reptile Keepers is a science, education, and conservation-based advocacy for the responsible private ownership of and trade in reptiles and amphibians. We endorse caging standards, sound husbandry, escape prevention protocols, and an integrated approach to vital conservation issues. Our goal is to facilitate cooperation between government agencies, the scientific community, and the private sector in order to produce policy proposals that will effectively address important husbandry and conservation issues. The health of these animals, public safety, and maintaining ecological integrity are our primary concerns.
Bro, that like transitioned to the commercial perfectly, didn't it?
Yeah.
That whole topic just transitioned perfectly.
Really, that was perfect.
So Tanner, why don't you let everybody know how they could get a hold of you, and if they want to chat with you about the sword stuff or snakes or boas or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You?
Yeah, my all of my socials are Zephyr Solo, the name that's in the corner. I know it's kind of a weird one, but yeah, no, feel free. I'm on Instagram mainly, but I also have TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook. But yeah, feel free to message me. I'm always on my phone, so if you send me a message, I'm happy to talk. I love yapping, if you can't tell. And yeah, I'm always happy to help learn, educate, and yeah, try new things.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks, Kat. Too. We appreciate you. Letting us know about Tanner and reach out to her and stuff like that. So
Yes, I'm
and
so
don't forget,
Kat.
February 1st, These Not Words campaign starts back up. The Fat Man, thefatmannation.com. They raise money every year for wounded veterans, and first responders. There's going to be 3 different shirts. One shirt is specifically for shows only. So you have to get that only at the show. And the other 2 you can order online at thefatmannation.com. And I can't remember. I think they're like $35, $40, but 100%
like that.
of all, 100% of all the proceeds go directly to Camp Freedom out there in Pennsylvania.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good thing to donate to. I got my first shirt last year. I wear it all the time. Well, we're going to put you backstage for just a minute. We'll be back there in just a minute. Mike and I are going to close it out.
Cool.
Thank you so much for coming on, Miss Tanner. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike, thanks for a great show tonight, man. That was a really good guest
every
we had.
time. I'm looking forward to this Saturday coming up with Andy and his daughter Emily at 8 Legs, Fangs, and Things. It's going to be amazing.
Hey, don't forget Sunday at 2 Eastern, G-Paw's show is going to be coming out. That's 2 p.m. Eastern.
It's 3 Eastern, right? Did you change it again?
No, it'll be 2 Eastern.
2? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2. Hey,
just turn on the notification bell. You'll know.
3 p.m. Eastern. Yes, sir. There you go, G-Paw.
Yeah, 3 Eastern. Turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss it. Because sometimes
you won't miss it if the notification bell's on. Go for it. We need to hit 200 subs.
We get confused sometimes with everything we got going on, going back and forth like that. I do got a shirt I want to shout out. William Garland from Garland Exotics. I don't know if you can see the.
Yeah, bro. Nice shirt.
Nice purple shirt, comfortable. I picked it up today at the Jackson show. So good guy. So.
Well, we'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for showing up. We love you, homies. Take it easy.
Thanks, everybody.